Hi everyone, Vickie Verlie here, and this video is going to be more kind of geared towards art, but also mystical and spiritual things as well, and get a little bit of glare going on. This is I actually started this, I have a few sketchbooks going, but this is one I started back, and actually the end of December. It's really like starting in 2021. And I thought I'd just give you a walkthrough. I've seen some artists doing this, going through their sketchbooks and showing everything. This is, I just stuck in there. This actually came through in a reading. This woman with this veil, I stuck it in here because a lot of what I have in here is like stuff to do with paintings that I want to do or something that I want to develop further. And I definitely wanted to develop that a little further. A lot of it's going to be about intentional creativity too, because I was doing a lot of that in 2020 and 2021. This is stuck in there too. These are just my painted chairs. I'll probably edit this video and throw some pictures up of my painted chairs. And this is just some of the experimenting around with how I wanted to do the seat kind of chairs and that. This is an intentional creativity, and it's just a cognitive drawing. It's like the spiritual practice. I have more detailed ones later, and there's more of that. There's more detailed ones later in the sketchbook that are more fun to look at visually. It just looks like a bunch of scribbling, and it's kind of journaling and scribbling. Okay, here we go. Here's the critic and the muse. I did a couple of these, and both of these are me, and these are just like things I'm working on and things that how it would go if it was flowing, and what are some of the, it's these exercises that I do encourage you. It's called Shallow Sophia, and it's called Intentional Creativity. To check it out if you're into spirituality and art. More of the same. This is some of trying to do sketches of this, leading into this. This is more of like this intentional creativity again. This is the winter solstice, the seeds, and then this one is, people really like this. I did post this. While the Great Mother sleeps, new life grows inside. It was winter solstice a couple years back. This is, me trying to, my early manifestation, passive income, and all the different ways that it could manifest in my life. But bringing it into the 3D reality is, a way of being, it helps. I had to stop the tape for a minute because I wanted to find this. This was sketches I was doing for when I made this box for my tarot cards. So I did the preliminary, sketches and worked some things out on the sketchbook, and then before I ended up going forward and painting it on, painting it. I actually used this one way more. I ended up doing a different one with some painting but more collaging. And I ended up doing, I used this one more and I like it a lot more. This was the sketches for this first one. What I want to do is I have my grandmother who was a tarot reader. I have one of her old dressers, and my tarot cards overflow with, my decks overflow with. So I'm going to take one of her dressers and use the dresser that I have of hers. And not this small, bigger, but I'm going to do something really similar to this on the dresser was hers. And then I'm going to keep all my tarot cards in there. And plus, she's the tarot reader that showed me the tarot in the first place. So I think that I was just getting ready to gear up to start working on that project. But anyways, yeah, this was sketches for that. These are more of I Thrive. This is more of this metacognitive. This is more of our intentional creativity. All the different ways that money and income could come to me, and symbols, and working on it. And this is some Reiki. I was practicing my Reiki when I was going for Reiki 2, drawing the symbols. And this is another one of these metacognitive drawings. And then when you color it in, it's kind of like it frees up your mind. Yeah, and I have a few classes too that I developed on a similar line, but I incorporate astrology and everything like that. And you can find more of the metacognitive drawings. This is, inviting the muse, another exercise. This one's funny. You had to draw it all in one line. This is your good, like your happy self, and this is the voice that tells you, this is dance the circle of life, dance the circle of life. That's your shadow side. And you have to join them together or something, I think was the exercise. This is some sketches that I did for myself for my solar return of 2021. Just getting, drawing some sketches of how I might want to, I think I ended up going, I'll put it up on the screen, I'll find it and put it up on the screen later, I'll edit it in. But they ended up being, I used basically this sketch and modified it some. Oh, this was just some sketches I was doing for the palmistry class, or for the Hamza class that you can take with that I have. It's a painting class, but this was, I was just working some things out here about the Hamza and the humps, you know, the mounds and the planetary. This is a dream. It's so hard to see. I hope we can get it. It's. I have it darkened somewhere. I'll try to throw that out. This was this dream that I had about somebody I kind of knew that passed away, and they were getting off the spaceship and stuff. It was wild. So I just grabbed the sketchbook to try to get a quick sketch of it. This is some stuff that I was, well, that I'm not sure what that is. I was working out, that was something I was working on, but I think I kind of never went any further with it, whatever it might be here. But this was definitely part of the Queen of the Stone Age Priest, that painting that I was doing, and the Stone Age mystics, and this animal was coming out. I'm still not even sure what it is, if it's a phoenix or a dragon or what. It's a dragon here. I'm so happy to see you, Penelope. That's what they said to me. But that's part of the intentional creativity, like you let it talk to you. So this thing came out and it said, I'm Penelope. And she was happy to see me. I'll show the painting. I'll put an inlay of that. And this was also part of working on that same painting of how I wanted the bag of stars to be and everything over here. Starkeeper. Yeah, Starkeeper was the name of what I put on that one. So this was just more of that same painting. And then I was coming up with multi-dimensional art. Then I thought interdimensional art. Then I thought inner, I-N-N-E-R, dimensional art. But I was just trying to draw different little starbursts and DNA here, over here. I hope it's showing up what you can see. I wonder if will light make it show better or less? Maybe better, huh? Maybe better. I guess I can hold it up. Yeah, but I was just drawing like DNA and different things, practicing little fish and stuff that I'm more of that. Well, this is a different painting. This is the Viking woman. I'll put that up. I was trying to draw the jewel, the multifaceted jewel, and how I wanted to depict that. And then that we're going to be on the wings of, oh no, that's still the same one. That's the wings of that creature. And then the braids in the hair. That might have been a different painting, but there was some painting I was doing that had that. This is definitely that interdimensional thing, and these are all just different, like, symbols, or even, you know, glyphs or light language. This is when I was really kind of getting excited about these glyphs and you know, the glyphs and the ligatures and the, you know, the light language and the sigils, you know, and all that. And I really started going in that direction. I was doing a lot of them, as you can see, you know, just doing pages of them, because sometimes that's what it takes. And then these were more, this was some, I was going to put this in the painting, and I know I wanted the ripples, and here's more of this, you know, I think it's light language, or is it a sigil, or whatever it is. But they're definitely, these are incorporated into the painting as well. More of the same. These symbols that I was working on also incorporated into the painting. Another intentional creativity. Shows a lot of this where you just draw one continuous line and it kind of gets out of your way. Definitely check it out if this kind of stuff is in. This one I really like, and I want to do something else with it. It was part of my hand, but then it went off. And I've been doing a lot of this on the iPad lately. And I think I might release a coloring book of just these kind of bizarre, you know, patterny, weird things, whatever they are. This one I definitely want to do a painting of at some point. I feel like this should be a painting. More of the same thing, you know, the kind of drawing the DNA. Love is the tool, the jewel, the rule. Love is the light, the might, the right. Love is the feel, the heal, the real deal. Love is all. Yeah. More of the same, you know, the trees, and this is all, I don't really know if I should bring something over here to kind of, you know, the personal stuff I might not want to share, but, you know, the drawings are fine. And then there's things written there, you know, strong within me, grandmother, the grandmother tree. I will read this. The grandmother tree is strong within me, the grandmother's tree is strong within thee, spreading far and wide, imprinting into the earth plane, traveling forward in ways not seen by your present-day eyes, out of the cosmos, orbs of sound and light, dispensing into infinity, through the barrier of consciousness interwoven. So yeah, this was one of those things. This was for the one with the African thing, which I'm going to do a separate video about. I asked about where to, people of colors, starseed lineage, and then they showed me. It's in the book. It's going to be in book 3 with the whole story of it, and I did a painting for it too. I'll bring it up. So these are all that. This is me doing roughs for that, and I was going to do a whole cat face, first. I was trying to get a front view of like a panther, because I just definitely this panther energy, and then this is the things, and then I ended up, I just did the eyes, and I think that was the perfect thing. The eyes, you know it. You see the eyes, you know that it's what it is, And then the alligators and whatever crocodiles, I was trying to draw them at different ways, just different ways I could try to work it in, more DNA and water waves and stuff like that. I don't know if I ended up using that. This was all about that symbol on her nose, which I was going at it forever to find. And the ones that are circled, this one that's circled, that's probably the one I went with in the end. But you could see I was just, doing pages. Sometimes that's what it takes. You just got to do pages and pages and pages. And it keeps you're modifying, and it gets better and better and better. Intentional creativity, I don't know what we were doing. Something. Then here we get into where I started with the ligature, started with the book that I wrote, the Sigil book, and this is all working those sigils out, starting with the fun and all the different ways, and then color, experimenting with colored pencils. This is going to be all sigil work, yeah, sigil. And if you want to learn more about this is the one that ended up being the cover. By the way, people say it's here too. This is the cover. Okay, I had to take a quick break there to go grab the actual cover. This is the cover of the Sigil book. This is the sigil that ended up being on the cover. However, I created and made it into a painting. I had a couple bad reviews on Amazon. People were like, "It looks nothing like the painting." Well, it's not. This is just this is what I do. You take your sketches, just like I said with some of those other ones. I'm going to make that into a painting eventually. And that whole thing with the African, that was a painting that, so it can become, this was the painting that came from later. This is what it's the same. If you look, this is it. It's the same thing with the 2 dots and the squirrely thing. And, this is the same shape with the bottoms cut off, though. It's cut off about here. But this is a sigil. I just wanted to rebuttal. Amazon wouldn't let me make a rebuttal. I was a little bit like, wow, that was harsh. But these are the sigils. So, you start, it takes a long time to get there sometimes. You go through a lot of different versions, and then you finally get to where something you want. More sigil work. This is probably going to be quite a bit of sigil work coming through here. Yeah, this is all working on the sigil. Pages and pages. Sometimes that's what it takes. And that's why there's some few blank pages in the sigil workbook, so you can work through it. That's what that's about. They would read about it. Okay, so we're out of the sigils. Now we're into Mama Ohana. Now this one, she came to me in a dream. She came out of this vortex of this cloud. And this is the original when I got up in the morning and drew her. This is how I drew her, Mama Ohana. And it was really cool because I didn't know that Mama Ohana means peace or love or something in Hawaiian. I have to look it up. I'll put it on the screen. But I didn't know that at the time. And I was just like, oh, wow. And because I felt this overwhelming, she's bringer of peace, I think I even wrote down, Mama Ohana, bringer of peace. So this is the initial sketch that I went off of. This is some stuff from Bashar. His symbols, like his sigil symbols. I was intrigued by that when I was working on the sigil book. I wanted to, I was gathering all different kinds of sigils. And then I was thinking about trying to do, like this was an Aquarius new moon. I was going to do a sigil for every moon. And so, yeah, these are kind of cool. And I may still do that at some point or make a calendar maybe with all the sigils for each sign or something. This is another just exercise, some kind of online art class exercise. Oh, it was Shalosophia's class again. Yeah, I usually take hers. More sigil work. This is some stuff I was working out for one of the paintings. Must have been Mama Ohana, but I was just, going through and drawing and just working it out on paper before I went to, paint it. And this is a sigil for Thrive. I love that tree. I might do something with that tree. I might put that somewhere at some point. But it's Thrive, and then I was working on a sigil for Thrive. There's a few I like. That looks like Mama Ohana. I was doing her hair buns. Yeah, I only did one. But this is some weird drawing I don't even remember drawing. I don't know, is the other bird dead, or I don't even know where that came from or why I drew it, if it was from a dream or what it was from. But it's pretty interesting. Now here, we've got this sun and moon thing going on here. And it's more of that chair that I was working on, those chairs. And this is also part, these are some sketches I did for the, the furniture painting. I was sketching it out first, trying to get an idea of what I wanted to do. Oh, this one. This is that cool painting that I did. I think I still need to work on it a little more. I haven't varnished it yet because I feel like I need to bring out the browns blend into the blue too much. I tried doing white and that didn't really work, so I got to play around with it. But it's this powerful thing that came through for me of this tree lady and with pregnancy, and it was pretty wild. And then these were also from that painting, just some things. These are on the trees. These are markings on the trees around the woman giving birth. Soul art. This might be some Charlotte Sophia or something else. New Moon and Leo. But you had to use a part of your body. So this is my hand. And then again, truly creative, beauty, love, family, peace, freedom, fun, energy, fun, enjoyment, laughter, wealth, prosperity, love, family, creativity, channeling. So it's just like, bringing that stuff into the 3D realm, manifesting that stuff into the 3D realm. So it was fun. That was a fun class. Turned out good. I think it's just some of the similar things. Sometimes I'll do the class and then I'll do a similar thing again. This is just all kinds of things I want to manifest, and all the little thingies coming out of it, like growth and stuff, I think. More metacognitive. What kind of world do we want to create? Yeah, so cute. This almost looks like a cat now that I see it, a Cheshire cat. Of course, there's a heart in there, but this is one of those where you just do the one line while you're thinking, and then you almost daydream. It like frees up your subconscious mind. This is for a painting that I'm still working on. I'm not even done with, but I wanted braids again, and then I wanted this little creature peeking out of her hair, which I have done. This is me going back over that tree lady thing because the hands weren't right, so I was trying to draw more stick-like hands, and I went back and I did change her hands. This is some channel. I think this might be the end of it, because I don't think I'm going to finish this book. It's getting pretty tattered. I think I'm going to put it away. It's for the end of the year and start a new one. I'm doing more sketching digitally now because I got an iPad now, so I've been doing more digital sketching. But this is from some channeling stuff. It'll be in the new book. And these are the writers. And these are plants that eat people that live in a cave. So these are some wild things that came through in some of the channeling. These are people on another planet. And these guys, and I was one of them. And we're called writers. And we write on these big birds. Not far removed from but we're little. These guys are very little. I almost thought they were the flying monkeys from the Wizard. I think the first way I decided, I was trying to describe them as, they kind of look like the flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. That's because they're dressed in these colorful costumes and suits and stuff, So yeah, well that'll be, if you want to find out more about the writers and the flesh-eating plants that live in the cave that is going to eat the fox. Poor little fox wandered over there and got eaten. Yeah, so that'll be in the next book that'll be coming out next year. Yeah, so I have there's some pages left, but I'm probably not going to do anything more with this. It's getting tattered. I'm going to just put it in put it away for the year and start a new one for the new year, and do with one of mine. I don't know where I got this from, somewhere. I have my own sketchbooks that are available on Amazon with some of my artwork on it if you're interested. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. I hope you like the art stuff. And, if you do, maybe I can do some more of those kind of videos. I mean, this took 2 years to fill up the sketchbook, so I don't know if it might be 2 years from now before you see another one. But, yeah, it was kind of fun. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk again soon. Bye. Hi, everyone. Vickie Verlie here. Many of you know me as a tarot reader on YouTube. While I've been reading tarot for over 40 years, I've always been involved in various avenues of metaphysical exploration. As a lifelong musician, I've always known that the music I was writing was coming through me, and that I was connecting with something higher than myself during the writing process. It wouldn't be till years later that I could put a name to it: channeling. I realize now that I've been channeling music and receiving channeled messages in the readings all along. Although I have written lyrics, I never really seriously applied the process to writing until 2012 when I wrote my first metaphysical novella, Starseed, A Pleiadian Tale of Love. The writing of this book was so filled with synchronicities. There were things coming through based on historical facts that I had no way of knowing. By the end of the book, it was clear that I was just taking dictation as the story unfolded in my mind's eye. Several years later, in 2019, I followed up with a full-on channeled book, The Transmissions for Humanity, Book 1, and the transmissions show no sign of stopping. Around that same time, I felt called to revisit my fine art roots. I've been making art my whole life, since I could hold a crayon in my hand. But since the advent of personal computers, I was primarily a digital artist. After digging my old art supplies out of the attic, I found I was pretty rusty. But it found it so calming and meditative that I made it a regular practice. Since then, my art has evolved into what I'm calling interdimensional art or interdimensional art. Yet another form of channeling, the images and messages emerge through the art, and the results are amazing. The energetic frequencies that are coming through the arts are undeniable. While I am not the first person to engage in this type of channeling, I am indeed an avid practitioner of the art. Behind me are a few of my recent paintings that I am making available in the form of fine art prints. These high-quality giclée prints are printed on 100% archival paper using archival certified light-fast inks meant to last a lifetime. If you would like to own one of these prints for yourself, I've included a link in the video description below. Thanks for watching.